Bilyaminu'S family condemns Tinubu's pardon to killer's wife. Miriam Sanda says it is the worst injustice. The family of the late Bilyaminu Bello has condemned President Bola Tinubu's decision to grant a presidential pardon to his wife, Miriam Sanda, who was convicted and sentenced to death for his murder, described the move as the worst possible injustice any family could be made to go through. In a statement issued on Monday and signed by Dr. Bello Mohammed on behalf of the family, the late Bello's relatives said the pardon had reopened old wounds and made a mockery of Nigeria's judicial system. To have Miriam Sanda walk the face of the earth again, free from any blemish for her heinous crime, as if she had merely squashed an ant, is the worst possible injustice any family could be made to go through for a loved one, the statement reads in part. Sanda, a daughter of former Aso Savings Bank chairman Maimuna Aliyu, was convicted on January 27, 2020 by the FCT High Court for stabbing her husband Bilyaminu Bello to death at their Abuja residence on November 19, 2017. Her conviction was later upheld by the Court of Appeal in December 2020 and by the Supreme Court on October 27, 2023. The family said they had found some closure after the Apex Court affirmed the lower court's ruling only for President Tinubu's decision to reopen painful wounds. I'm telling you, that's what it should have done to the family. They just went to reopen their wound. Like, why are you giving her clemency and telling her to go home? Why? They are reopening painful wounds that had barely healed. Satisfied that justice has finally been served, the judgment provided some closure of some sort. In the circumstance, if ever there could be one, the family noted. Although the perpetrator had shown no remorse even for a fleeting moment throughout the saga, imagine, she did not even show remorse. Probably, who knows, God save, if she was not in prison all this while. Who knows? It is well. The grieving family took solace in the judgment and moved on, having painfully come to terms with the fate that life had thrust upon one of our own. They accused the Tinubu-led administration of undermining the integrity of the judiciary and disregarding the emotions of the victims' loved ones, describing the pardon as a politically motivated gesture to appease Miriam's family. We interpret this decision as primarily driven by the sole motivation for appeasing Miriam's family members by way of extending mercy to a certified convicted murderer, while it conveniently ignored the corresponding inexorable pain that has now been inflicted on the victim's grieving family, friends, and associates. The statement continued, The family further expressed outrage that the government would grant clemency to a person found guilty of premeditated murder, stressing that Sanda's release had dehumanized their late son and reduced him to a mere statistics. We are compelled to issue this formal statement to humanize Bilyaminu, who is now suddenly being made to appear as if he is just another faceless anonymous individual in the long line of victims of crimes in the country, the family said. Forcing the basis for her release, they noted that the same children cited to secure her pardon were the ones Miriam had deprived of their father's love and care when she Kpai him. The alleged grounds for Miriam Sanda's release were predicated on appeals from her family, amongst other considerations, the family said. It is pertinent to stress that Bilyaminu was also our cherished family member who was profoundly loved and deeply mourned by his teeming relations, friends and close associates following the unfortunate incident that resulted in his gruesome murder 8 years ago. Miriam, let's not forget, had earlier denied the same children, now used to elicit sympathy and secure her release, the opportunity to know what a father's love and care mean. They concluded by saying the family was deeply hurt and disappointed by the Nigerian government decision. Everybody is disappointed, even I'm disappointed, but we'll leave the matter to divine justice. We take solace in the simple fact that in such matters, the ultimate comprehensive justice resides purely with the Supreme Judge and our Creator, who will dispense this matter on the day of recompense, the statement concluded. President Bola Tinubu last week approved the release of 175 inmates serving various jail terms across Nigeria under the prerogative of mercy policy, which allows the president to grant clemency on humanitarian grounds. Miriam Sanda was listed among the beneficiaries. Her release has since sparked outrage with rights advocates and victims' family. It is all just so wrong what the president did, as in, Even if you want to grant her clemency, probably you sent from death sentence to life imprisonment, and not releasing her. As in, it is well low. Blower says, imagine getting justice, then in later years, the justice was returned back to you. As in, it's not even funny. It's not funny, Muhammad says, if I tell you that 1 times 3 is different from 3 times 1, you will definitely argue with me that I don't know any maths. But the day the doctor will prescribe 1 times 3, and you apply 3 times 1, that day you will know that even a motorbike can be an ambulance. It is a Chima says, the moral of this story is, don't let anybody buy you. That is it. That's what I've said. Do not let anybody buy you. The highest judge is in heaven, where lawyers has no objections. Yes. If you are in a relationship, if you are in a marriage, and you are being beaten up, even if they are not beating you up, there are some emotional, what's it called? Damage, emotional abuse. People go through in marriage. You don't have to stay. That is why as a woman, you should have something that you do. If not, you will be stuck. Meanwhile, you are going through so much pain, you will just buy for nothing. If you buy, the person will move on. That's it. Don't allow anybody to buy you. Jairo Sadiq says they should leave it to God. Hereafter, the pardon will be revisited and justice served. Both the pardon and pardoner will have to answer to God Almighty. Abubakar Kali says, moral of the story, don't allow anybody buy you. Now you go let her lose. Exactly. Now you go lose. That's it. Musa Abubakar says, surely the ultimate justice rests with the Supreme Judge, which all of us, even the President, will meet on the day of judgment. Olubi says, according to a radio program I used to listen to, they say, fear the judge, not the law anymore. Yes. It is well. Emecheta says, if I am a member of the husband's family, I will not leave her. I also said this kind of thing, that what about some family members that will be like, no way, I'm not going to agree to this. And then they go and look for the woman and do something to her. Probably she would even be safe in the prison that she is, rather than releasing her. I said this also, that some members of the family, even if not some members of the family, some outsiders, probably friends, some people that people's matter used to pain them more than the owner of the matter. They'll carry the matter on their head and be monitoring the woman and do something to her. Murder times 2. It is all wrong what they did, as in it is not okay at all. It is well. Kalista says APC supporters are happy, renewed pardon. Julius Elisha says, even now me, I go react this way too. Does that mean my brother's life wasn't important? Adabi says, can the family go back to court and challenge the pardon? I'll be happy if that can be done. I am not sure if that can be done. I'm not sure. It is well, not allow anybody buy you, Sha. That's the cook of the matter. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.